Hey YouTube, how's it going today? Hope everything's going well. It's a pretty nice day here in central Georgia, about 85, 90 degrees. Still got about 100% humidity, but we're doing really well. So, gonna try to get some things done. Been working outside this morning, but whoops, sorry about that. But we're gonna try to get some stuff done in the shop this afternoon while it's really hot outside and there's a chance of rain. So, one of the projects we're going to take care of is airlines. My dad built this shop, the original shop, which is the main section I'm standing in now, about 30, 35 years ago, something like that. And when he built it, we had a compressor. Let me turn the camera around and I'll show you how our setup worked. Alright, so this is our setup. As you can see, our air compressor is right here, and we've got a blow-off valve, cut-off valve, and then an air purifier, or oh shoot, I can't think of the name of it right now, but it collects the moisture and impurities out of the air, cleans it up. We drain it right there at the bottom. We also have, I don't know if you can see it or not right there, that's the clean out valve on the bottom of the air compressor, and we actually have a digital, or not a digital, but an electronic solenoid valve on it that opens and closes the tank about once every hour and drains the air and moisture out of the tank. So, now, the problem is, let me see if I can get in here. See this line right here, that PVC line? Goes up, over, and when it gets out here, it tees up and goes all over the shop. We have a drain valve right there. Sorry about making you dizzy. But as you can see right here, this is one of our air chucks, and it goes up and over and back to the air compressor. So, as you see, we have PVC running our airlines. It's unsafe, but it's what my dad did 30 years ago. And for the most part, it's done the job. Problem is the PVC gets brittle, cracks, things like that. It's easy to repair because you can get fittings anywhere, and it's scheduled 40. But when it does blow, it sends fragments flying all over the place, and it's really dangerous. We actually had I keep covering the camera, I'm sorry about that. We actually had a line over here bust about 3 weeks ago while I was in the middle of one of the projects, and kind of sent some shrapnel flying, but didn't really cause a whole lot of issues. So I've decided I'm going to change out all of that to a more proper air handling system. So let me show you what we got. So this is the kit I bought. It's by a company called Maxline, and it's a 1/2-inch airline kit. This is the 1/2-inch master kit. You can see the part number right there, M3800. Not sponsored by them, but this is the kit that I found, and it met most of my needs. Alright, so the Maxline kit came with this dual filtration system. One's a particulate filter, one is a water filter. So that helps clean the system out, and I want to say the particulate filter actually has 3 different filter materials in it, so that'll help clean things out a little better. The other thing the kit comes with is this blue hose, and the good thing about this is it's an aluminum hose, but it's clad in like a polyurethane or polyethylene, kind of like the PEX pipe. So you can bend it around corners and things like that. It makes it very easy to route it places that you have to make a 90-degree turn or things like that. So you can see it up here. We've routed it down. We've routed it down the length of the building, and there's just little black hangers that hold it to the ceiling. Right here, I've got a T that'll come off, go up, and go through the floor, and that goes to the woodworking shop up on the second floor. This will continue out, and you can see right here, I can bend it in a wide 90. I don't have to cut it. I don't have to put a fitting in it or anything like that. It'll come over. We'll put another T in right there. Come over. I've got another T here that goes outside to a hose reel, and then it goes into the next section, which will be an air fitting at the plasma table. Now, right here, as it comes down, you can see this air chuck right here. Let me see if I can get a better picture of it for you. So, you've got this manifold block that's screwed to the wall. The airline comes in. You've got a 3/8 air chuck here that you can plug into, but you've also got a bleeder valve that will blow any particulates or moisture out of the line to help you clean it up. So, really easy to do, and I'm going to show you how we did it. Alright, so as you see, I've got a line here that's coming into where our plasma table is going to sit, and I've run the wire. I've got it locked into the wall with these little clamps, and now we're going to put the manifold block on. Cool thing about the manifold block is on one side it's got a 3/4 inch hole, 3/4 inch hole, and a 3/4 inch hole, and then a 3/8 hole. This is so you can use a larger 3/4 inch airline system that they sell and use the same manifold blocks. So we're using the 3/8. So what we're going to do is take the plug that comes with the kit. This is just a brass plug. I've wrapped about 2 rounds of Teflon tape on it, and we'll just screw that in. And this will be tightened down where it's flush with the back of the block here so that it doesn't stick out too far. Alright, so we've got the plug in the back. So the next thing we're going to do is attach our drain, and actually I'm going to put it on this side. You can put it on either side, but I try to put it on the side further away from the nozzle. That way I've got a little more room for trash and stuff to build up, moisture in the bottom of the manifold block. Just to make sure that if I were not cleaning it out as often as I should, I've got a little safety room in there, whereas if I did it this way and had the drain down here, then all that moisture and particle and everything's right there where the air is going in. So that's just my thinking on it. The top up here will be a coupling fitting like this. I've got to put the Teflon tape on it, and it will screw in just like that. And then for the front, we've got a 3/8 double coupling that will screw on right there. And now I've got a couple of options. I can take this angled elbow, it's about a 45-degree elbow, and I could screw it on, or I can take the fitting and screw it on so it's 90 degrees out. I'm actually going to put the elbow on. It'll give me a little more clearance from the drain valve here, but also this will allow me to direct the nozzle in the direction of the piece of equipment that's going to be using it. So let me get all this tightened up and I'll bring you back. Okay, so there it is, completed and put together. I've got the airline pointed off in this direction because over on a cabinet over to this side of the shop is a plasma cutter that this nozzle is going to be strictly dedicated to, and that'll go on and make the turn so that I don't have to worry about the hose dry rotting in a position where it's kinked or something. So now we need to make the connection on this slip fitting onto the line. The way this works, it's pretty similar to a compression fitting. You've got, let me see if I can get you in line here. You've got a nipple that has two O-rings on it, one here and then one further down. You've got a compression collar and a nut. So it's just like a compression fitting on a water line or a gas line or something like that. But if I try to slide this directly into the pipe's too small. They actually, with the kit, they send you this tool, and it's for 3 different size airlines that they carry. We're going to use the smallest piece. I'm going to snap it out of the holder. You slide it in all the way till it seats, and they said turn it twice, pull it out, and now it's made this swell a little. So I put my nut over it, the compression ring, and then I take the fitting and I press it in, and it says push it in until it seats all the way in the bottom of this fitting right here. So I've got it in, and now all I do is tighten down the nut. And it helps if you have the right size wrench. Alright, so they said finger tighten this, so that's what I did. I've got it finger tight, and now I'm going to take the wrench and I'm going to turn it 3/4 of a turn. Okay, so I said any tighter than that and it can over tighten it and cause a problem with the compression fitting. Any less than that, and of course it's going to blow out. So now lock that back in, and then we'll attach this to the wall and we'll be ready to go. Now, one thing I did find is because of this nut, if you push this all the way up against the wall, you can't access this nut anymore. If you've got to cut the line or replace the line or replace this head, you have to unscrew it from the wall and to take this loose. So what I do is I'm actually putting some spacers behind the block to keep it off the wall. That way if I ever have to take this line loose, I don't have to take everything off the wall to be able to do it. Alright, so there it is mounted up. As you can see, I've got some spacers back here. They're just 1/4-inch nuts that I used. I did not put one in this hole because there's actually nothing behind the tin for it to grab to, but I've got 3 fasteners in there, which should be more than enough for anything I'm going to do. And as you can see, I've got a clip there and a clip up there, and then it runs through the header up there into the main part of the shop. So I think this is going to do a great job. I'll show you how we're going to do the T's, and it's pretty much the same way as doing this. Alright, so as you can see, I had to put a T in here because this line runs into the main shop. This is coming from the air compressor, and this line is going up to the woodworking shop. So all we did was take the pipe cutters that actually come with the kit, cut the pipe. Again, we use the tool to bevel the end of the pipe. So that would go in, and if you look at the tool, I don't know if I can get it to show or not. You can kind of see a cutting blade right there. What that does is that bevels the inside of this pipe so that it gets a good seal and doesn't tear that O-ring up. And then just like fitting the air blocks, you put the nut on, the compression collar, and then you slide the T into the line and tighten it down 3/4 of a turn after it's snug. So that's it. So we've got that done, and as you can see, I've attached it with some clips. It comes up and it'll end up right there with an air nozzle, and then we'll put another one, let's see, right there where that PVC nozzle was. So, oh, sorry, didn't mean to move so fast. Okay guys, so I ran into a bit of a problem. I'm getting ready to mount the final block. This is at my air compressor, and it's going to mount kind of right in there. Sorry, right there to the wall. This will be the inlet coming from the compressor. This will be an outlet going up to the woodworking shop area, and then again there will be a drain down here. The problem I've run into is I need 2 more of these. Enough of them didn't come with the kit for me to do the job, that line it out the way I wanted. I thought I had enough, but I didn't. So I've got to order those. They'll probably be in about a week, but y'all have already seen me put those in. So what we're going to do is, once we alright guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to wait for a couple weeks for those other parts to come in, and I can finish that up. Like I said, you've seen me put the couplings together, like the one right here, so I'm not going to bore you with that. So what we are going to do, once we get those parts in, we hook all the lines up, we're going to open all the little drain valves and cut the compressor on, let all the trash blow through the lines, get all the garbage out of it, and then we'll come back and we'll close them. After that, we'll let the compressor build up a little air, and then I'll just take a spray bottle and I'll come up to the fittings, and it would help if the spray bottle worked, right? Alright, so after the air's in the line, it's blown all the trash out of it, and we've cleaned the lines. We're going to shut the little petcock at the bottom. Just get a spray bottle full of soapy water, and we'll spray the fittings and make sure that nothing bubbles up. So once we've gotten all of the lines tested and we don't have any more bubbles coming in, we've checked everything to make sure nothing's leaking anywhere, and we're holding air pressure, we'll be done, and we can use the system just as is. Every now and then we'll open those petcocks up, bleed out the system just like a regular air system, and make sure that it stays clean and usable. Like I said, this is an upgrade that we wanted to do to the shop because we've been using a PVC system that, although it worked, it's not safe and it's not what it's meant to do. So it's just a better option for the shop. And excuse me, I'm sweating to death. It's 100% humidity and 90 something degrees right now. But hey y'all, I appreciate you following along. I hope this was interesting and helpful to you in some way. Some of it was shot with me holding the camera. Some of it was shot with this new stabilization thing, and I don't know how well it's working. Please leave a comment and let me know if it's any better on the picture quality. I'll keep working with it and try to get better, but this is all new to me, so I appreciate y'all hanging out. Thank you for the new subscribers that we got. Hope you're enjoying the content and the ride with us. Look forward to a couple other new videos that we're going to do. We're putting in a special garden for my wife. I'll explain that and show you what we're doing with that. And then we've got some machining projects and some automotive projects coming up. So hope you stick with us. God bless. Hope y'all are having another great day in paradise.